Dunfield loving that rendition of the national anthem as we get ready for the Pioneers' final home game of the season. I'm Taylor Storley. Welcome back to Pioneer Baseball. Tonight, your Elmira Pioneers take on the Jamestown Tarp Skunks. Here's tonight's lineup for the Pioneers. Kevin Serrano gets the start on the mound, while Bryce Evans is going to form the battery at the catcher spot. At third base, Joe Muzio. Kyle Shimoleski over at short. Aiden Blake at second. Bobby Marsh at first. Eric Charnetsky in left field. Max Mandler in center. And Cooper Smith in right field. Joel Osofsky and Frank Wayman are the designated hitter and extra hitter. Pioneer staff all coming down to throw first pitches tonight. First run from Kennedy, the team trainer. Second one goes a little wide. That one lands closer to the zone. Nasty Nate throwing that one in the zone, and Dalton rounds it off, throwing to Podest a little bit outside. But still great to see all those guys get to throw first pitches. They provide valuable support for the Pioneers up here in the booth and down at the field. From Kennedy helping out a lot of injured players. And everyone else, too. We also got one coming from the booth here. And caught. And so with that, we're ready to get going here at Dunfield. But again, thank you to everyone who's worked here at Dunfield all season. Could see another Pios home game in the postseason, but that'll have to wait and see how these results and further results will go later tonight and over the next week. But if this is the final home game for the Pioneers, it's been great to see everyone out here at Dunfield. And make sure you're back next year for more Pioneer baseball. Season isn't over yet, of course. Part of the final five this week. Tomorrow night, the Pioneers will travel to Batavia for the final game of the regular season. Results here tonight, however, could determine whether the Pioneers' playoff hopes will be secured. For now, though, there's one team who knows that they'll be on the sidelines this postseason. And that will be Jamestown. They can only try to play spoiler against the Pioneers here for their final game of the regular season. They suffered a loss last night. And because of that, that'll end their postseason chances. And also secures between the trio fighting for third place, third and fourth, Geneva, Elmira, and Auburn, they will all finish within the top five. It'll be Kevin Serrano getting the start tonight. He actually pitched a combined no-hitter earlier this season. And with the Pioneers so far, enters this game with a 5.18 ERA in 24 innings. 22 walks to 21 strikeouts. A good season overall. And I will say, Kevin Serrano's continually improved over the second half of the season. And will get a shot starting tonight here against the Tarp Skunks. Martinez, Tucker, and Bay will be the three due up for Jamestown to start off. Henry Martinez will be leading for Jamestown with a .279 average, a .378 on base percentage, and .315 slugging percentage for the season. And with that, we're just about ready to get the first pitch underway. 7:15 here in Elmira. 83 degrees out, and it will get a little bit cooler as the night progresses. The Pioneers wearing the gray shirts that have been up for auction today and will continue to be tonight here at Dunn Field. Jamestown wearing the black and blue shirts we normally see from them here at Dunn Field. Now we're ready with the first pitch. Serrano locates that one, but it's a little inside for ball one. 1-0 here for Martinez. Fouled away. It's now 1-1. One and two as this one's taken down the middle. Serrano looking for a strong start in his outing right here. This one just outside, 2-2. Martinez calls time quickly. This one popped up. Evans under it. One away. Evans was originally listed in the lineup last night for the Pios, but was replaced with Brody Bartenstein, who did a solid job. Now it's time for Bryce to show some skills once again behind the plate. We've already known he's got a great arm from the first game he had with the Pios. Meanwhile, here comes Tucker, second up for Jamestown. This one taken low for ball one. Mark Tucker is hitting .234 this season, but his big stat is his .403 on base percentage. He's got a total of 32 free bases compared to just 24 strikeouts. He's second on the team in walks, only behind Cody Bay. This one low, 2-0, and he's going to get ahead here early. Three and 0. This one landing a little inside and low. Three now from Serrano to Tucker. Strike one taken. Swing and a miss, 3-2. Serrano is battled back from a 3-0 count to a full count here with one away in the top of the first. And ball four, very close that time, but Tucker gets aboard to open a potential opportunity here for Jamestown. One away, and that'll bring up Cody Bay. Second to Hardigan, Cody Bay has been the best hitter all season for Jamestown. 18 RBIs, a 292 average. He also boasts a 774 OPS. I know he's been someone I've kept an eye on during games against the Pioneers. Strong defensive presence and offensive presence. Bit of a thorn in our sides. So this one is fouled away for strike one. In fact, Cody Bay, the season, hitting 1083 OPS against the Pies with a 375 average. So that should tell you something, as this pickoff attempt from Serrano is called safe. Following Bay, it'll be Bigham and Doral. That one's taken inside, ball one. Pioneers had a couple double plays they grounded into last night, but have a chance to try to pull one off in the field tonight. Here's the 1-1. Instead will be taken, but strike two to benefit Serrano here. Last few games, whether it was facing Elmira or last couple games from a home game in Newark, home games against Batavia, Geneva, and on the road against Geneva, the Pios have surrendered first inning runs. 3 of the 4 times they have come back. The only loss was again to the clinched first seed in the West Division, Batavia, who they will play tomorrow night on the road. Every single other time, though, the Pioneers showed bounce-back ability and were able to take crucial wins that have helped them in their playoff hunt. The bottom of the first inning will go over the current playoff race. Pickoff attempt, and he's safe again. This one fouled away, and the at-bat will continue. One and two. That one, I think it's called ball two, but they get a crucial out on the steal attempt from Tucker. 2-2 count here, and 2 away now. Great arm from Evans, and good reaction to get up in time to get him. And now that'll put the Pios just 1 strike away from ending the inning. In order. That one sent to the outfield, into the gap. Cooper Smith can't get it. Mailer will have to go back to the wall. It'll be 2 bases, and he's going to head to third with a 2-out triple. Smith made a big attempt on that one. It just falls right behind him. And we'll put a runner on third with 2 away. Tough luck there. Just well hit into the gap. Yeah, honestly, it does feel like this camera is the Hubble telescope sometimes, baseball time. Anyway, Bigham steps up. He's the extra hitter with the Pios. Taken low, ball 1. That one sent to the outfield, again in a similar spot. And, Cooper Smith and Mailer I think, weren't able to communicate who was going to get that, and drops in between them for a 2-out single and RBI. Jamestown will take a 1-run lead to start off here as Durrell steps up. That first pitch taken low, ball 1. That one sent foul. And a count 1-2 here. Or 1-1 maybe. Gotta wait for the scoreboard's update. 1-1. That one sent to right field. It'll get down. Cooper Smith picks it up. Runners will be at the corners with 2 away. So a couple of hits get on the board for Jamestown here at the end of the inning. And yeah, I'll just give a quick update. As Kyle, you've just mentioned, Geneva leading Watertown 4-0. Big start for them. And, of course, it's bottom of the half of the inning. I'll mention the playoff race and also open up a few things that need to happen for each team's playoff hunt. First pitch from Serrano to Lane, fouled off. Brandon Lane hitting .267 this season. This one popped up. Will it get down in no man's land? No. Shimoleski tracks it back and makes the play to end the inning. 3 hits, score 1 run with no errors and 2 left on base for the Tarp Skunks. Bios Baseball will be back right after this in the bottom of the first inning.
Owned and operated since 1905. At the Hilliard Corporation, we've proven ourselves time and time again as the leading industrial manufacturer in the Elmira and Southern Tier region. We make the products you need with the quality you and your business deserve. Industrial clutches and brakes, drivetrain products, filtration equipment, engine starters, braking systems. We engineer, manufacture, and distribute them. All of the products we manufacture are designed right here, so we truly know the products we provide for you, inside and out. On top of being an industrial manufacturer, at the Hilliard Corporation we also serve as a weld shop and machine shop. We specialize in creating custom parts and pieces to fit particular and uncommon applications. The secondary location is the home of the drivetrain division, where products for Polaris and other vehicle manufacturers are made. This is a high-volume, celled manufacturing plant that produces thousands of parts daily. Over time, Hilliard's product line has diversified, but our company has stayed true to our Elmira roots. Today, Hilliard maintains its original location while continually expanding its motion control and filtration product lines in the Elmira area. Hilliard designs and manufactures for companies around the globe, occupying more than 500,000 square feet and employing about 500 people. Taking pride in serving the Elmira community for over a century, the Hilliard Corporation.
So this is the playoff race Entering the final few days of the season, the Elmira Pioneers and Auburn Doubledays currently are tied with a 23-20 and 24-21 record. Pioneers have a win percentage advantage over them. Similar to last night, Geneva holding that advantage over the Pioneers. Geneva's loss puts them one game back from both. Tarp Skunks too far back to get back in here now. They can only try to play spoiler here against the Pios. Meanwhile, I believe Utica may have just wrapped up clinching a home playoff game with a win against Boonville. I will have to double check if that is updated on point streak. Meanwhile, Batavia clinches the division regular season title. And with that, we'll get home field advantage throughout the divisional rounds. 0-1 as this one's fouled away by Cooper Smith. DeMarco is on the mound for Jamestown. He's been their best starter all year. 2.68 ERA, 4-1 record. 25 strikeout, 15 walk ratio, as this one's low for 1-1. So Jamestown going out with a bang here with some of the best talent they've got. Cooper Smith hit a .302 hitter for the season. And once again leads off for the Pioneers. He's been doing that quite a bit. And we'll be looking for a good at-bat here to start off. Swing and a miss, 2-2 now, as this one goes inside and fools Cooper Smith. Last night was a huge victory for the Pioneers in Geneva, but that's not enough to get them in the playoffs just yet. They're going to need to convert tonight. 2-2. Ball 3 taken. Good framing attempt there from Campus, but he won't get it. On defense for the Tarp Skunks, DeMarco on the mound, Campus behind the plate. We've got Tucker at third, Bay at short, Johnson at second, and over at first, Davis. The 3-2 fouled away by Cooper Smith. In the outfield for the Tarp Skunks, it's Lane, Martinez, and King. Bigham and Doral are the EH and DH tonight. So now 3-2 here. Full count for Cooper Smith. He's going to send that one on a line to center. And it's caught for out number 1. A little too much distance that time. And it'll bring up Joe Olsowski. Olsowski now hitting over 300 for the season. He also carries an .825 OPS. And for Olsowski, he's playing DH tonight after he had a successful start through a quality start last night on the mound. Taken for strike 1. Oh, 0-1 here. That one's high, ball 1. And I'll just pull up the scenarios really quickly for the Pios during this Olsowski at bat. If the Pioneers can win or Geneva loses, they will automatically qualify for the playoffs, as Olsowski flies this one to center. However, good communication will get the second out of the inning here. 2 away. But indeed, with the winner in Geneva loss, the Pioneers qualify. And by win, they need 1 win out of these next 2 games here in Jamestown or Batavia. If they're able to win and Auburn loses, they clinch the 3 seed for the postseason. If Utica lost both the doubleheader matches against Boonville and Elmira won out, they would likely take the 2 seed on tiebreaker. However, I have a feeling that hasn't been the case. So at best, the Pios can shoot for the 3 seed, but also need to secure the 4 seed with a playoff win here. Geneva's doing what they need to do, as they currently lead 4-0 against Watertown. Auburn currently leads 1-0 against Newark. That one low and inside. 1-1 now for Bobby Marsh. The Pioneer legend and Penn State commit. We get another chance at the plate here. After solid season, as he looks to push the Pios to the postseason. .287 on the season, with an OPS 1 point shy of 400. Would join the other elite hitters that are on this Pios roster. 2-2 as he swings and misses. Swing and a miss. Pios will go down in order to start the first inning, with 2 flyouts and a strikeout. More Pios baseball will be back right after this as we enter the top of the second inning.
When you're on the go, your bank should go with you. You need to change the way you money. With Chemung Canal Trust Company, you can take control of your money your way. Whether you're multitasking from your home office, killing time at your kids' soccer practice, or jet-setting around the globe, now you can manage your money right from the palm of your hand. Change the way you money with Chemung Canal Trust Company. Chemung Canal Trust Company. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Back here in the top of the second. And yeah, just kind of a confirmation for the Pios. They would need to win to get in no matter what. Obviously, Watertown beating Geneva would also do the same. But for now, it's been a good start for the Red Wings. Across the PGCBL, Alianza currently trailing by 1 against the Mohawk Valley Diamond Dogs. Niagara upsetting Batavia right now, although Batavia, with the first seed clinched, might be resting up some players as the postseason will come on the 31st. The number 1 and 4 seeds, 2 and 3 seeds of each conference will be playing each other. I can do my best, John, but it's a little bit hard to try to zoom in here. Point streak doesn't have an update, but I'll give you one update here as this one is flown to left for the first out of the inning. Hopefully that'll make the camera a little bit easier, a little bit better. This campus leadoff at bat ends on that first pitch. But yeah, the update from Boonville is literally nothing. There's no way to take a look at the stats for now. Utica tweeted out that they've got a home playoff game, which I have to take as that they've won at least one of the 2 games of that series. Haven't been updated on point streak, though, so that could be different. We'll have to wait and see. We'll give you accurate updates, though, as things get updated and continue. That first pitch taken, ball 1 up high. It's King at the plate here. Jordan King going to take strike 1 here. He's hitting .264 this season. He actually has 1 triple as well. Combined a .743 OPS. Solid year for him with the Tarp Skunks. One and 1. 1-2 now as he takes this one. So Kevin Serrano fighting right back. That one's going to be sent to center. Mandler tracking. And he'll make an incredible diving catch. 2 away here. Jamestown has been sending some really tough balls into the gaps all day, but Mandler comes up huge on the slide, and now we'll get the second out immediately in the top of the second. And Serrano, he tips his cap over to Mandler. Here comes Jack Davis. That one fouled away, strike one. But yeah, entering the game today for the Pios and Doubledays, their magic numbers are 1. Coincidentally, the Pios currently trail by 1. Auburn currently leads by 1. Win here gets both of them into the playoffs and would secure the West Division bracket. It wouldn't secure the 3 and 4 seed yet if Auburn wins, because then the Pios would have to win and get the 3 seed or lose and get the 4 seed. 1 and 2 here, as this one's fouled away. There's a ball, but then this one also fouled for strike 2. Down to their last strike this inning. Kevin Serrano, after the little shake-up in the top of the first, wants to get out of it right here. That one popped up, not in play. That'll fall onto the roof. One, two from Serrano. 2-2 just outside. We saw good framing from both Brody Bartenstein and Shane Dukes, the Geneva catcher, last night. I think the umps might be a little more aggressive when it comes to being against framing here. This one popped up, and Evans can't get back to it in time. It was a tough-to-get ball. That time the 2-2 goes wild, and they're going to say he went around. No, actually, he was pointing over to first to check with it. I think that's kind of confused both Davis and Evans. The count is now full, as he said that Davis checked up. Ball 4 this time. Davis gets on. Worked his way to a walk. Nate Johnson, the bottom of the order, stepping up here. Nate Johnson for the season, hitting only 179, but carries 17 free bases to 12 strikeouts, a decent ratio through 26 games played. Also an update in Watertown for the Geneva game. 4-2. Watertown starting to fight back. The first pitch fouled away. It's 0-1 to Johnson. The Pioneers will definitely have relievers ready in case Serrano can't go all the way. But you can definitely expect Serrano to try to get 5 and 6 innings out of him. He's done a good job of getting to that distance in his previous outings, which have come as long relief stints from the pen. Could see the debut of players like Zach Evans, or Zach Nelson. Got confused with him for Bryce Evans for a second. Could see players like Mason Smith popping up as well. 1-1. Pickoff attempt, but Davis back safe. 2-1. Strike number 2, and Davis steals second. 2-2 here with 2 away and a runner on second. Pios want to get out of the jam. Serrano's the type of guy who can. Just needs to find one more strike here against Johnson, or just force a weak ball in play. Quickly, Evans and Serrano are going to talk it over. So we go again, 2-2. Runner goes to third as this one's fouled. No reason for Davis to not be aggressive on the base path with 2 away. And strike 3 on a very close pitch. But that'll be the first strikeout of the day for Serrano, and he gets out of the inning. One base runner stranded that time on no hits and no errors and no runs. We'll be back with the bottom of the second right after this.
With Chemung Canal's mobile banking services, you can get back to doing what you love most faster. At Chemung Canal, you chart your course and we'll help you get there. Chemung Canal Trust Company, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Pios fans, thank you for buying tickets all season. This is the final Pioneers home game of the year. However, you can always call and just check in to make sure you've got the right data for when games are as the postseason approaches. Tomorrow, the Pioneers will be in Batavia, and the 31st will be the opening round of PGCBL postseason play should the Pioneers qualify. Thank you again, and if there is a Pioneer home game, you'll know when to call that number. Bottom of the second here. Leading off, Frank Wayman. It'll be the 4, 5, and 6 hitters. Wayman, Blake, and Mandler due up. Wayman for the year, hitting .349 after another good night at the plate last night. He's also hovering around a .500 on-base percentage. Swings and misses for strike 1 here. Wayman's not just been the best hitter for the Pioneers, he's been one of the strongest hitters in terms of the PGCBL. He's been a great asset for the Pios and a very consistent guy that they can trust. He's tied with Cooper Smith for second in total at-bats with the Pios. Bobby Marsh leads in that category, 143. Smith and Wayman enter the game with 126. Cooper Smith flew out in his 127th at bat. 2-1 count in Wayman's 127th. 2-2 now after that one swung on and missed. One thing to note as well, Jamestown, with players, I think, leaving early for the end of the season, don't have too many that traveled on the bus today. So that could mean if Pios just use good plate approaches and try to get through the starter quickly, it could leave their bullpen in a little trouble, as this one's popped up for out number 1. So I'd say, indeed, the Pirates are going to want to try to get DeMarco off somewhat early if they can, but DeMarco's done a good job of getting 4 straight outs. The key to the Pios could be another late surge like they've had against Geneva the last 2 nights, while Aiden Blake now steps up here with 1 away. Blake hitting .269 with a .709 on-base percentage entering tonight. Good break from DeMarco for strike 1. Blake won the PGCBL Player of the Week award recently. Good night tonight could try to help him defend his crown, as that one's taken low for ball 1. Two and 1 here. Blake is able to get ahead. So just about 79 to 80 degrees here in Elmira. Things getting cooler. Currently 7:52 p.m. We are in the middle of summer, but the heat's staying away for now, which is good. We've had some camera malfunctions earlier in the season with some bad heat. But again, thank you for tuning in tonight. Pio's final home game of the season. Tomorrow night will be in Batavia at the final regular season game. Aiden Blake is going to be able to walk on 5 pitches. That brings up Max Mandler. Mandler, second best hitter of the Pios at a .318 average. He also has an .876 on-base percentage. He's second in that category, too. I had a chat with Max Mandler last night, and in our post-game interview, he also gave a shout-out to Mike Sokol that he hopes he's working on his golf game. So, always a fun person to talk to after huge wins. And Mandler was excited. He played a role in helping the Pios get the win. He had a sacrifice fly that ultimately gave the Pioneers a 1-run lead. The batter who's on deck hit a 2-run shot to give it a 2-run cushion that Keefe held onto. Mandler pops this one up. It's going to go deep center field, but it will be playable. 2 away here. And so far, when it comes to Pioneer outs, there's been 1 strikeout, 3 flyouts, and 1 foul out. The fly ball sent into foul territory. So the Pios have been getting air under the ball, but it's been going right to defenders' gloves. Could mean that someone who's got a little power could try to get a fly ball to soar a little further. Here's Joe Muzio at the plate. Last night, he had one of the most important hits of the season with the Pios. A 2-run shot that was ultimately able to secure the victory for the Pios. 8-7. Here, it's only going to be grounded, and the throw to first will end the inning. Pioneers get a base runner, but ultimately strand that base runner as we enter the break for the top of the 3rd inning right after this.
For more than a century, you've counted on Arnett Health. Counted on us to heal you, support you, encourage you, get you back on your feet. And for more than a century, Arnett has counted on you too. You're our community, our purpose, our passion. You're the reason we do what we do. Because giving our patients the best of ourselves is just who we are. Looking forward while embracing our legacy. staying on the cutting edge while staying connected to our patients, focusing on state-of-the-art procedures and the most effective care. At Arnett, we're nurses, doctors, and teams of other caregivers inspired by healing. We know your physical, emotional, and spiritual health are each part of the whole of you. To continue a tradition of medicine driven by compassion, teaching, and healing. That's why we're here. It's who we are. It's what we do.
Martinez leads off the top of the third as Pio's baseball is right back. The first pitch going to be bunted over to Muzio. Can't field it cleanly enough, so it'll be a leadoff single for Martinez. Well-executed bunt, hard to field. Not Muzio's fault that he can't get to it that time. That'll start the inning with a runner on. The Rapids pull within one against Geneva. It's 4-3 there in the top of the fourth. Auburn leads 3-0 against Newark as they're looking to secure themselves a spot in the playoffs too. That one taken outside for ball one. Jamestown might be looking for a little small ball here as we saw Tucker squaring up for a bunt. We know that Jamestown are aggressive in the base paths, 132 stolen bases to 33 times caught stealing. Pioneers have about 12 less stolen bases, but only half the times caught. 2-0 now outside to Tucker. He drew a walk to get on board last time. Was later caught stealing on a stolen base attempt. Three and 0 here. So Serrano, I think, just cautiously pitching, anticipating a potential bunt. And that'll let Tucker get ahead 3-0 in the count. And ball four. That'll let Tucker get aboard with the second walk of the day. Two are on with no one out here. That'll be another jam the Pios got to work themselves out of. It's only a one-run game here. So far, though, the offense hasn't been able to do too much. Cody Bay back up now. Bay hit a triple that he would later score with in the first inning. A shot to the gap in right center. That one would be grounded but foul, and not being able to be fielded by the third base coach for Jamestown. .316 is Bay's average with runners on base. .410 when they're in scoring position. So definitely a dangerous hitter when you've got ducks on the pond, as they say. That one, Bryce keeps in front of as he can't cleanly catch it. Does a good job holding on to it just to make sure he doesn't let the runners advance. It's a 1-1 count. We'll quickly chat over with Serrano. I think get them both settled in again. 1-1 for Bay. Fouled away, 1-2. This time, ooh, rides inside and gets into Bay. Definitely don't want to hit a guy to load the bases, so definitely just an accidental slip there. No one out, bases loaded. Would not be surprised if we saw Coach Billy Wildman come out and just check in with Serrano and help him focus back up. Currently, Jamestown leading 1-0, as it says on the scoreboard. They've got the bases loaded, though, with no one out. Watertown just worked themselves out of a jam in the top of the fourth and have a runner in scoring position, I believe, in the bottom of the fourth. I'll give you frequent updates for that game. As that pitch is, oof, ball one on a close one there. It feels like it's been a 50-50 call most of the night. Bingham scored an RBI on a single in his last at-bat. It'll be easy for him to get an RBI here with the bases loaded. Outside, ball 2. Two-0 for Bingham. That one sent to the outfield. Mander will get under it. One away now, and the throw will actually keep the runner at third. And similarly, great play by Evans to make sure it didn't get behind him. That gets some applause from Dunfield. Mandler's arm preventing Martinez from tagging up. One away. What this will also do here is open up a double play ball as Doral steps up. He had a single last time. Double play could help Serrano get out of this jam from bases loaded and no one out. Taken low, ball 1. One 0 from Serrano. That one inside, ball 2. For the season, Doral hitting .270. He also has a team-high 25 RBIs. That one's going to be popped up. It's playable for Aiden Blake. He comes up with a catch. Runner tags and the throw home. Not in time. So one run does score on the play. 2 away here. And a 2-0 lead for Jamestown. Lane, who popped out last time, gets a chance with 2 outs. 2 on, 1 in scoring position. They'll both be running, so a ball to the outfield could theoretically score one or both. Serrano steps off just for a second, as I think they were just gathering the ball, whether it was a pickoff attempt or anything else. Now here's Serrano. Outside, ball 1. That one's going to be sent to the outfield. Manler tracking. It gets down and slips behind him. That'll clear the bases and give Jamestown a 4-0 lead. And it's going to be an RBI triple. Wait a minute, he's rounding home. Payos can't field it in time. 5-0 now. So issues out in the outfield on what surely will be a single graded with an error. And that might be an error out in center field. But tough for the Pioneers. With 2 away, 3 runs will come home. This one fouled away. It's 0-1. Campus back up. He flew out in his last at-bat. Campus and Serrano will certainly remember each other. Campus hit his first home run of the season on Serrano's first pitch coming in as a reliever. Serrano would recover and ultimately get a win in that game, but still fond memory for Campus, not as fond for Serrano, as it's now an 0-1 count here with 2 away. 1-1 here, as this one's just a little high. That one's going to be flared and caught by Bobby Marsh. But the damage was already done. 4 runs come home on just 2 hits and 1 error. Bases were empty. More Payos baseball as we enter the bottom of the 3rd, right after this.
What if white wine was not made for poultry, but for friendship? What if red wine set aside the steak and made room for love? What if we've been drinking wine wrong all along, and instead wine was to be shared as a human experience with love, integrity, and hope? Hi, my name is Greg Taylor. I'm the vineyard manager and property manager of Bully Hill Vineyards, and I'm a 4th generation winemaker and 5th generation grape grower of my family. So it all started with my great-great-grandfather George and his son Walter Taylor Sr. They came up to this region for the promise of a better life due to the rising wine industry on Keuka Lake. Walter Taylor was the one who first started the Taylor Wine Company. The Taylor Wine Company was one of the largest wineries in the United States. My great-grandfather had passed away, and my grandfather Grayton and his 2 brothers Fred and Clarence took over the company at its peak, producing around 40 million gallons of wine a year. Grayton had a son, Walter, who was my father, and he started Bully Hill Vineyards in 1967. My father had a vision for the Finger Lakes wine industry. When Bully Hill was started, only 5 producers existed, and now there's over 300. And he firmly believed that you have to have a certain level of integrity and honesty with the people around you and yourself. And these are kind of the staples of what our business is. Bully Hill was built on the back of French-American hybrid vines. These varietals were developed in France in the 19th century, and they were brought over by my grandfather in the 1950s. And here at Bully Hill, we started the experimental farm, from where these hybrid varietals have made their way to almost all 50 states. As we become more environmentally conscious, we're looking for agricultural solutions that have less impact on the environment. Now, the French hybrids that my grandfather brought over in the 1950s already solved this problem ahead of time. They take half the amount of fungicide, and that was the backbone of what built Bully Hill, the French-American hybrid.
Bottom of the 3rd here in Elmira. And Jamestown, if they're trying to play spoiler, they're as open as the DRS right now. 5-0 lead. Chmielewski leads off for the Payos here. It's him, Charnetsky, and Evans due up. The Payos are going to need some offense to get back into it. Another slow start. 0-1, swing and miss. (3-2) lead for Auburn, 4-3 lead for Geneva. Those games still close and pretty competitive. Pios are going to be looking to make this one competitive. At this stage of the game, I think they simply need to just draw some long at-bats and try to see if they can get the pitch count up on DeMarco. The Pios know that he's Jamestown's best pitcher, and it'll definitely be tough to really get offense on him. Ball 1 taken. Two and two here. So DeMarco hovering a little under 35 pitches entering the at-bat here. That one inside, 3 and 2. So Shimoleski's done his job to work a big count. He's over at shortstop tonight. Muzio at third. He's going to send this one high. It'll be playable. And left field calling for it. Lane gets out number 1. One away. That's going to bring up Sharnetsky. He's in left field tonight for the Pios. Enters the game with a .212 average, but he has an .863 OPS, which is third in that category for the team. Doesn't always get hits, but usually there'll be doubles or extra base hits. And he's also quite good at getting walks and just getting aboard, which, with a slow start like this, is something the Pios definitely want. That one sent far and foul, 1-1. One and one here for Sharnetsky. This one fouled away, 1-2 now. The 1-2 outside for ball 2. So I'll say it's good that the Pios are trying to work some longer at bats. I believe it is currently 38 pitches for him. They're going to need to try to get DeMarco to run out of fuel here. Probably be another game of attrition. This one, a hit by pitch, I think, for Sharnetsky. Indeed, it will be. That'll bring up Evans with 1 out and a runner on. Evans hit over .450 in his college season. Sharnetsky looks good over at first, was shaking his glove or shaking his wrist for a second. And now with 1 away, Evans would need to do anything but get into a double play here. Ooh, that one drifts very far inside. He's definitely not head hunting, but got to make sure you've got control on your pitches, as Evans had to duck out of the way. One to 0. That one's going to be grounded and works very well as a slap hit. The Pios get their first hit on the board and 2 runners on base with just 1 away for Cooper Smith. Did the job. Now, it's Cooper Smith in a dangerous situation. And Cooper Smith likes danger. Cooper Smith with runners in scoring position, hitting .340, and he hit .368 with runners on base. First pitch from DeMarco to Cooper Smith. Taken strike one. It looked a little lower than that, but it's given. 0-1 here. Fouled away. It's 0-2 now to Cooper Smith. He flew out back in the first inning. Difference between the Pios of Jamestown so far, their balls have been tough to field. The Pios ones have been gathered up nicely. Just not finding the right spots there so far. 0-2 for Cooper. Steps off, and going to be honest, I'm not sure if he was able to pull down the ball back in time. Wonder if that would have been a balk. We've actually seen a couple of those recently, whether it's in Geneva or back at Dunn Field. That one fouled away, so the at-bat continues. Oh, 0-2. Cooper Smith lined it. It's going to get down, and surely that brings home the Pios' first run. Runners now at second and third. Cooper Smith delivers with an RBI single. Double, I meant. He turned and got to second. But that's great news for the Pios to get some offense and signs of life going here. That's going to bring up Joe Olsavsky with just one away. Potential sacrifice could be in effect as well with one away. That's an RBI double for Cooper. Here's Olsavsky now. Inside, ball one. And this is exactly the inning the Pios needed. Because I have a feeling that the Pios are in this really bad habit of trying to leave it late to come back. It's worked 3 out of the 4 times, or 2 of the last 3 games. But it's not something that you can always rely on. Tonight, with DeMarco being one of just potentially a few pitchers that'll be available for Jamestown, it very well could work, but it is a risk. Especially as the game gets later. And that's 1-2. Bobby Marsh on deck. He struck out last time and might have a shot in the clutch with runners in scoring position and 2 away. Or 1 away. Maybe even empty bases depending on what happens with Olsavsky's at bat. We don't know. 2-1 here at Dunn Field. Sun beginning to set as it's 8:19 p.m. Olsavsky rips one, but it will go foul. Shame, too, because it got all the way to the wall. 2-2. Geneva extends their lead to 6-3 with a solid inning. Auburn leads 4-2 against Newark. Those are your quick updates. The other big playoff games for the Pioneers. Geneva loss would get the Pios in automatically. Outside, 3-2. Count worked full for Olsavsky. Bobby Marsh on deck. You don't necessarily want to load the bases. Saw someone over to get that foul ball, not actually warming up in the bullpen. 3-2. Olszewski sends that one up the middle. It will score 1 run. And Olszewski, as the throw takes the runner off first, is safe with an RBI single. Actually, the question will be whether it's an RBI or not, if it's going to be graded an error at second. We'll have to wait and see, but no matter what, it's a 5-2 game and runners at the corners. Olszewski gets on first with that error. Cooper Smith at third, Olszewski at first. Here comes Bobby Marsh. So great job there by Olszewski. Made sure he ran it out. And he's going to inherit a runner in scoring position. A big sacrifice opportunity for him, too. Taken low, ball 1. Marsh, 25 RBIs. He's only 1 behind Wayman in that category this season. And, you know, he'll certainly fancy a shot to try to tie that up right here. 2-0 outside. He does represent a possible tying run, depending on what happens with the 2 runners already on base. Now, my question is whether they do send Olszewski from first to try to maybe force a bad throw and get a runner home. Instead, Marsh is going to rip that one. It will go foul, though. Had the distance to clear the wall, but it's just foul, which is a shame. 2-1. Quite a bit of exit velo on that swing. One away still, 2-1 count from the stretch DeMarco. 3-1. And I know with Wayman on deck, Bobby Marsh certainly wouldn't mind getting those bases loaded. Marsh also boasting a .399 on base percentage for the year. And that one is ball 4. Bases are loaded. And just 1 away. Now it does open up the force out at home. And every base will be a force out. But it brings up the Pio's best hitter in this spot, who had popped out last time. Here comes just a meeting on the mound between their coach and DeMarco. No one warming up in the bullpen. This is just probably a settle down and strategize here, as the tying run is now technically on first. An explosive inning for the Pios. That might bring some momentum. They're going to want to keep going. You've seen Hunter Kendall stretch out and warm up in the Pios bullpen. Question will be whether he's going to come in to replace Kevin Serrano or not. Maybe if they get someone else warming up and ready, they might. That'll also be another question. As results currently stand, Elmira would fall to, if this result stands and the others' results stand, Elmira would have to win in Batavia to get to the playoffs, while Geneva would secure a spot and hold P3 in the standings. Geneva would currently have an advantage on tiebreaker. But again, we've still got plenty more innings to play here, and a huge at-bat coming up for Frank Wayman. Because again, a win for the Pios would do the job for them to get in the playoffs. Swing and miss, strike 1. On deck is Aiden Blake, who got on base with a walk previously. And there is a little activity over in the Tarp Skunks bullpen. And again, with DeMarco being the best pitcher for the Tarp Skunks, the Pios would love it if they had to go to the bullpen a little earlier than anticipated. Oh, 0-1 here to Wayman. And again, he's got the bases filled to the brim. Wants to be the Kool-Aid man and smash through the spot here and get the Pios back in this game. 1-1 as he takes this one outside. Oh, and I also just have to mention, Frank Wayman is also an incredible player when it comes to being able to get on base, as he has 20 or 33 times he gets on base for free, compared to just 19 strikeouts. The 1-1 sent up the middle, 1 run scores, second run being waved home. Runners at the corners with 1 away, and the Pios are within 1. It is Frank Wayman who gets a huge single right here and drives in 2. That brings his RBI for the season to 28. The last couple nights we've seen many important plays all year long for the Pioneers. And this one's certainly another. 5-4 here in Elmira. That one called strike 1 to throw into second. Wayman steals yet another bag. And with 1 away, the double play opportunity looks like it could be vanished. 0-1 taken, of course, by Blake. But that now gives Frank Wayman his 15th stolen base of the season. Currently leads the Pioneers. He's going to step off and think it over. Cooper Smith will have a little ways to go when it comes to chasing RBI and stolen base records. Those are held by Justin Lacey and Will LaRue. Lacey had 40 RBIs in 2011. LaRue had 25 stolen bases in 2015. However, the record that could be under threat, batting average. Ryan Normoyle at a 379 in 2011, and Wayman's average will be improving tonight as he's 1 for 2 and entered the game with a 349 average. That one's low and inside for ball 1, as Blake's at bat will now continue. One record that was equaled this season was the all-time win total, as the count taken to 1-2 after that very close pitch. Tristan Champa had a 5-win season with the Pios. However, his season came to an end before he could try to break it for number 6. Now, 1-2 for Aiden Blake. He's got 2 on in dangerous position. He's going to want to try to get a ball in play and potentially get this game tied up. Outside, ball 2, good take for Blake. In July, Aiden Blake hitting .323. He's also had a .452 slugging percentage this month, which is huge as well. It helps him get extra base hits, and I think he's finding barrels a little more often as well. And oh, he's going to get hit. And the umpire, he's immediately going to show that. Blake all good, though. Bases are now loaded for Max Mandler. Double play opportunity opens, but another runner is aboard for a very dangerous Pio. Mandler's previous at-bat was just a flyout, but that's a flyout that now would tie the game if it's a sac. And Mandler can also get on base. One away, bases loaded, Max Mandler. That one hits him. The game is tied. It is a tie game on a hit by pitch to Max Mandler. That is now going to bring up Joe Muzio, and the person you last want to see with bases loaded is someone who is known as one of the better Payos power hitters. So that'll also get a little pressure off of Muzio. As the game is now already tied, they've got a chance to try to take the lead here. One away here. Taken outside, ball one. And it is still so early in this game, and things can really change with the drop of a hat. Pioneers have already scored 5 this inning. And by the way, another change over in Geneva at 6-4 there. 1-0 now from DeMarco to Muzio. Fouled away, it's 1-1. Another packed crowd here at Dunfield tonight. Unsurprisingly, I mean, it's the final home game of the regular season. It would take a deep playoff run that the Payos still need to make. Time to do it. 1-1 here for Muzio. Fouls this one off. It's 1-2. On deck, Kyle Shimoleski, who flew out last time, but also can definitely get a hit when he needed it most. One and two. That one inside, ball 2. Surely this will be a potential final inning for DeMarco here, as this has been a long one, and the Payos have really taken advantage. As we also take a look when it comes to that 69 pitches, here comes number 70 to Muzio. Muzio grounds that over to first. They will get one, but the Payos take the lead. It's a sacrifice RBI, although it will technically still just be counted as a ground out. Another clutch RBI from Muzio, not necessarily in the way you'd really expect. Shimoleski up, 2 away, 5-6 Payo lead. And again, welcome everyone here to the stream, whether you're a Payo fan or whether you're a Jamestown fan, excited for your final game of the season. It's been a great year, and I know our teams have also had some really fun fights. And tonight, already shaping up to be another close game. 2 away now for Shimoleski. That one low, but it's actually going to bounce, I think, off the umpire and stay in front, 1-0. Shimoleski's last at bat was about 15 to 20 minutes ago at the start of this inning. So we've already gone all the way around the order here. I've had this happen a couple times in the season for the Payos, but it's going to happen again here. And oh, he's going to get hit with a third pitch this inning. He's going to be over to first safely. And I know Dunfield absolutely hating that. And that'll be the day for DeMarco. Here comes the coach. Boos all around. And it's clearly not DeMarco having any bad blood against Payos hitters. It's just that he has ran out of gas here. That'll be a call to the bullpen. Bases are loaded for Eric Charnetsky, who coincidentally was hit by a pitch earlier this inning. But still, what a day, or a good day up until that point for DeMarco. But a great season as a whole for someone who has been the Jamestown ace. His ERA will go up a little higher, but he entered the game with a 2.68 ERA and will still likely end as the top man in the Jamestown staff. Best of luck in his next college season. And we will see who comes to the mound here as a replacement. But that is great for the Pios. We're still going to wait, and we'll have to wait until he actually starts his warm-up to tell you who it is that enters the game. By the way, Newark and Auburn are tied. And here's a little fun fact. If Auburn loses to Newark and the Pios lose, the Pios would technically be ahead of Auburn still because of the win percentage rule. A Geneva win would then propel them to third in the standings on, again, the win percentage tiebreaker. Then the Pioneers control their own destiny, a win propelling them to third, and in the playoffs, a loss, fourth and out. I can make your hands clap. Ryan Rafalski enters the game here. He's pitched 31 innings, 10 games, 2 started. Likely more of a high leverage type of guy for Jamestown. And he's got a 3.98 ERA. He's going to be tasked with trying to deal with the bases loaded. You also saw during the warm-up Mandler talking with a few of the Jamestown infielders. And Charnetsky gets a second shot this inning at the plate. We could even see Evans go again, as he had a single previously. 6-5 Pio lead. And Rafalski's first opponent is going to be Charnetsky. That one very close inside. We see a bit of heat already. If that one had hit Charnetsky, I would feel really bad for him because that would be his second at-bat in a row this inning that got him a hit by pitch. And that last one had hit his wrist where he was favoring it for a little while. He looks good, though, and ready here. 2-0 here. And certainly the Pios wouldn't mind if they got a base runner with a walk. It would help extend the lead and extend the inning. 2-0. Swing and a miss, 2-1. Decided to go around that time. That one inside, ball 3 now to Charnetsky. Charnetsky is a high OBP, one of the highest for the Pios. He knows how to work these counts. Rafalski does have a positive strikeout to walk ratio, so he does have a bit of control behind him. He knows how to avoid conceding too many. But the question is, can he get ahead back in this battle? No, ball 4, and a run comes home. It won't be, of course, earned by Rafalski. It's one of DeMarco's runs. But the Pios get another. And Evans, who had scored on a single previously, will get another chance at the plate with the bases loaded. And 2 away. 7-5 Pio lead. The Pios needed someone to come in and fill in as a catcher end of season, and Evans, he's already looking like he's been a great choice to do so. That one low, but picked up, ball 1. I believe it is still Campus behind the plate as part of the battery. A little bit hard to see the number from here. The dark jerseys can sometimes have that. Want to know. That one high, 2-0. Bryce Evans this season, he just recently got his second hit of the year in 5 at-bats, should put him at a 400 average. Still not as good as he did in college, though. Chance to change it. This one grounded hard to short. They're going to go for the out at first. Evans can't beat the throw. That's close. And you see Brian Joe's helmet come off as he's a little disappointed. I feel the same way. That was so close at first base, and that'll end the inning. More Pios baseball back right after this. They score 7, though, so ultimately a very successful inning.
Hi, I'm Bill Mullaney, president of SUNY Corning Community College. I'm here today to let you know the classes and the quality of education that you've expected of us are ready to be delivered. Whether you're interested in transferring to a 4-year university or joining the workforce directly, Corning Community College has the program for you. We're here to provide the best possible education that we can, no matter what your aspirations. We hope that as you begin to weigh your options for the fall semester, you'll think first of Corning Community College. We're here for you, closer to home.
Kevin Serrano returns to the mound here in the top of the 4th inning. Leading off now for Jamestown will be Richard King. He had a flyout previously. Jordan King. He leads off here for Jamestown. So, Geneva and Elmira win. Well, Geneva qualifies for the playoffs, and it'll be up to Auburn's result for Geneva. Yep, Elmira wins, we're in. And that'll be it. Jordan King is going to take this one for ball 1. 1-2 here. That one's going to be sent to third. Muzio picks it up. And that's a good throw to first, one away. King now 0 for 2 today as Davis is back up. Yeah, there's 2 Kings, by the way, on the Jamestown team. Not 100% sure if Richard King is here today. If so, we actually could see him make an appearance from the bullpen. Davis at the plate now. One away, bases are empty. Oh, and 1. Update, Newark beating Auburn 5-4. Geneva winning 9-4 in Watertown. As that one goes outside 1-1. And I'll say, I think maybe all that's needed for Serrano is just to see the team backing him up. Three and 1. Three-two now. Full count for Davis. Serrano fights his way back into the count. And I will say, that 7 running will certainly do wonders to help Serrano just get focused up and keep going here. By the way, Brody Moore, a former Elmira Pioneer, was recently drafted. Congratulations. I hadn't seen it before, so I wasn't able to mention it on broadcast, but I have now while just checking a few things. So congrats again, Brody Moore, former Pio, member now of the St. Louis Cardinals organization. That one fouled away. 3-2 again to Davis. That one's going to be sent. Blake under it. 2 away now. Nate Johnson up. Bottom of the order. Indeed, Robbins, if Geneva lose or we win, we make the playoffs. It's looking more likely that it'll come down to our win because Geneva currently leads by 5. Oh, and 1. That one's going to be sent deep left field. Charnetsky under it. And Serrano. What a recovery. 1-2-3 inning. Pios still hold that 2-run lead. And their hot bats are back up in 3 hitters.
Owned and operated since 1905. At the Hilliard Corporation, we've proven ourselves time and time again as the leading industrial manufacturer in the Elmira and Southern Tier region. We make the products you need with the quality you and your business deserve. Industrial clutches and brakes, drivetrain products, filtration equipment, engine starters, braking systems. We engineer, manufacture, and distribute them. All of the products we manufacture are designed right here, so we truly know the products we provide for you, inside and out. On top of being an industrial manufacturer, at the Hilliard Corporation we also serve as a weld shop and machine shop. We specialize in creating custom parts and pieces to fit particular and uncommon applications. The secondary location is the home of the drivetrain division, where products for Polaris and other vehicle manufacturers are made. This is a high-volume, celled manufacturing plant that produces thousands of parts daily. Over time, Hilliard's product line has diversified, but our company has stayed true to our Elmira roots. Today, Hilliard maintains its original location while continually expanding its motion control and filtration product lines in the Elmira area. Hilliard designs and manufactures for companies around the globe, occupying more than 500,000 square feet and employing about 500 people. Taking pride in serving the Elmira community for over a century, the Hilliard Corporation.
So by the way, just a reminder of our playoff scenarios. A win or Geneva loss let the Pios qualify. And note, or. So no matter what, if the Pios win, we automatically make the playoffs. Geneva winning and us winning, we still make the playoffs. If we win and Auburn lose, we're able to get to the 3 seed and clinch it. If we win one out and Utica lost, then we would have been the 2 seed. However, Utica, I don't think we're swept. Is this one sent to the right by Cooper Smith? It might be extra bases to start the 4th. Yes, it will. A stand-up double, and Smith gets his 2nd hit of the night on the first pitch of the inning. That'll bring up Joe Olsavsky now, a runner already in scoring position. And thanks for the update, Date Mayu. 9-4 lead for Geneva in Watertown. Pios and Pilots still tied at the moment. Now Cooper Smith is actually going to go to 3, and he is in on the wild pitch. It was a closer play, but it's a risk that paid off. And now a run is only 90 feet home for the Pios on a 1-0 count for Olsavsky. Bottom of the 6th over in Auburn for their game. Bottom of the 6th over in Watertown for the Geneva game. Batavia, by the way, losing to the Niagara Power. They very well could be doing bullpen games and trying to rest key arms for the postseason, though. 1-1 here. 1-2. Close call there. The infield playing deep for a grounder. They don't want Cooper Smith to get home. That actually does extend the territory known as no man's land. And also, take a look at the shift in the outfield. They're expecting Olsavsky to put it oppo. Olsavsky's going to ground it over to 2nd. 1 away. That'll bring up Bobby Marsh. He struck out and walked in his first 2 at-bats. Has a chance here. The man in scoring position. That one's going to be grounded. This time Cooper Smith gets home. It's 1 out, or out on the play with Marsh out at first, but he brings home an RBI and Smith. And what I'll say is, as well, even though that throw was very wild at the plate, no error because there was no runner on base to benefit. 2 away, it's now a 8-5 lead for the Pios. Bases are now empty. Here comes Frank Wayman up with 2 away. Wayman's going to ground that over to short. It's picked up. He has to gather it. And Wayman, I thought he beat that throw. It looked like he got in within a step. Good play from short, though. That'll end the inning. 3 groundouts after that hit. One of the groundouts brought home an RBI, though. 1 run scores on 1 hit. No one left on base. More Pios baseball. We'll be back right after this. And yeah, actually, if the both win, Elmira would be number 3. Geneva would be number 4. depending on what the Auburn result would be. If Auburn wins, they'd be number 4. Geneva would be number 5.
When you're on the go, your bank should go with you. You need to change the way you money. With Chemung Canal Trust Company, you can take control of your money your way. Whether you're multitasking from your home office, killing time at your kids' soccer practice, or jet-setting around the globe, now you can manage your money right from the palm of your hand. Change the way you money with Chemung Canal Trust Company. Chemung Canal Trust Company. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
We're back here in Elmira. Hunter Kendall takes the mound for the Pios. Kevin Serrano's day done after 4 innings, but had a really good final inning, and it'll be up to Kendall to try to keep it going. He's got some stamina behind him, and he's going to be asked to try to go a couple innings here. Kendall, by the way, is the tallest Pioneer at 6'7". Jarek Potus at 6'6", right behind. Kendall for the season as well. A 6.98 ERA in 38 innings. Recently, he's been focusing on limiting his walks that had been a problem at the start of the year, and has done a good job at finding the zone a little bit easier. Martinez up again. A single and foul out in his first 2 at-bats. Kendall talking with Evans briefly as they get ready for the top of the 5th. Elmira 3-run lead right now. Kendall's first pitch taken for strike 1 as Martinez looked to square up for another bunt. That was how he got on base previously. That one's popped up. Muzio calling for it. 1 away. I do apologize if the spider chilling around the windowsill does obstruct the view at all of the field. I think we see him currently over at the above the left field wall. He's just a Pio fan enjoying tonight's game. That'll bring up Tucker with no one out. Takes strike 1. One and one, a very close one there. Evans held it for a second, hoping the ump would change the call. Now 1 and 2 here. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Kendall on fire with a strikeout. He's come out of the bullpen hot, 2 away already in the top of the 5th. Here comes Cody Bay, who's had a triple and walked today. He scored both times. Low, ball 1. This one popped up. Evans chasing, but it will be foul, 1-1. Ooh, 2-1 here on a call I definitely thought was strike 2. But Kendall's still in the fight here, 2-1. He's got 2 outs, just needs 1 more. Fouled away, 2-2. Down to the last strike this inning. Let's just do the audio here with 2 strikes and 2 away. Bay steps back in, and Kendall waiting for his sign. Swing and a miss, and he's got a second strikeout and gets out of the inning on a huge pitch right there. Three up, 3 down this time as Kendall, flawless to start his outing. Pio's baseball back in the bottom of the 5th right after this.
With Chemung Canal's mobile banking services, you can get back to doing what you love most faster. At Chemung Canal, you chart your course and we'll help you get there. Chemung Canal Trust Company, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hello everyone, I want to use this opportunity to thank all the Pio sponsors who help make the season possible. Thank you to AJ's Outdoor Power Equipment, Argus Chemung Skyler, Arnett Health, Big Fox, Blaze Brockway Contracting, who is also this inning's sponsor, Wheel Electric, Buckley's Automotive, Bully Hill Vineyards, Catholic Charities, Chemung Canal Trust, Lemon Center, Coca-Cola, Dandy Mini Marts, Elm Chevy, Elmira Heat Treating, the Elmira Junior Enforcers, who are actually at Dunfield tonight, Firefly Adventure Retreat, First Transit, Glove House, Hardinge, Heroes Comic Shop, Hilliard, Jubilee Foods, Just in Time, M&T Bank, NYSCO PBA, Office Equipment, OPWDD, Papa John's, Pinecroft Golf Course, Salins, Save-A-Lot, Seneca Beverage, Service Master, Serve Pro, Shedden's Wholesale, Simmons Rockwell, Slam and Jammin' Barbecue, Solutions FCU, Southern Tier Custom Fab, Suburban Propane, SUNY Corning, Susan Minchin DDS, The Cakery, Tioga Downs, Today's Special, Tom South Corning, Tower Broadcasting, the Town of Southport, Turtle Leaf, U.S. Navy, Value Homes, Vasco, Vasco Brands, Wegmans, Waste Markets, and Wilbur Auto. Thank you so much to all those sponsors. They are the sponsors that helped the Pioneer season be possible, so thank you again to all of them. And we are now ready with the bottom of the 5th inning back at Dunfield. Kendall had a clean top half, and now the Pios want to dirty up the bottom half for the Tarp Skunks. Rafalski's still on the mound. Surrendered just 1 run on that 1 hit previously. Blake leads off. Outside, ball 1. (8-5) lead here for the Pioneers. It's a win and qualify game for the Pios. Season isn't over if they lose. They do have a game tomorrow in Batavia. But I know they'd certainly like to go to Batavia without the pressure of a win or die type of game. Geneva currently leading 9-4, but what's big is that Auburn losing 7-5. If they lose to Newark, Geneva's playoff hopes would not be lost with a Pioneer win. The scenario for Geneva, they need to win and get level with Auburn to actually clinch themselves, I believe, a playoff spot on a playoff tiebreaker. 3-1 now, as that one's close. Because currently, if we take a look at the standings again, it is a tie between the Pioneers and Doubledays for 3rd and 4th. Pios have the win percentage tiebreaker. Geneva, 1 game behind both. 3-2. And by the way, Geneva similarly holds a win percentage tiebreaker over the Doubledays. So a win here would get them even on record, but win percentage, the key tie-breaking factor, would go in the hands of the Red Wings. Aiden Blake gets on base on the full count with a walk. The Pios don't have to worry because a win and they're in. A win and Auburn loss give them a 3rd seed and a matchup at Utica. The one tough thing for Utica is it's tough to find a spot to stream, but for the season, the Pios have done better against the Blue Sox than the Muck Dogs. Here comes Max Mandler now at the plate. Mandler sends that through the hole at first and second. 2 on, no one out. That brings up Joe Muzio, who today is 0 for 2 but has an RBI on a ground out. Funny enough, that ground out actually gave the Pios the lead. Rafalski against Muzio here. No one out. I don't think Muzio will drop a bunt, but that is possible. John does do that on occasion. Fouls this one off 0-1. Strike 2 called a little high there. I think that's unlucky for Muzio. He's got a chance to try to fight back in this at-bat, though. By the way, Niagara still lead over Batavia 4-1. Socrates defeating Albany 4-1. Amsterdam winning 5-2 over Glens Falls. 5-3 lead so far for Mohawk Valley. We haven't been covering those games as they're not as relevant for the Pios, but always good to check up there. Again, as this at-bat continues, I'll pull up the scenario one more time. A win in Geneva loss, the Pios make it. 1-2 here for the Pios. Gio Muzio. 2-2. Good take outside, working the count even. On deck, Shimoleski. 0 for 1 with a hit by pitch was his stat line so far. And barring a triple play, which I think could be unprecedented in terms of PGCBL standards, we will see Shimoleski at the dish. Ball 3 now, full count. Muzio working it full. Rafalski already getting close to 20, 30 pitches. The Pios might want to also have to force Jamestown to get to another bullpen arm eventually. It's only the bottom of the 5th inning. Question is Rafalski, whether or not he'll be able to really go the distance. He's done a good job so far. Muzio on after going 0-2 in the count. Bases loaded for Shimoleski. here with no one out. A dangerous spot. The infield playing deep because they're going to want to try to get that out at home plate. What you can see, though, is it opens up all the space in between the outfielders and infielders for a little bloop single that would send 2 runs home. 0-1. Good frame attempt, but wall 1 here. Shimoleski, the season with bases loaded, he's hitting .250 with 2 RBIs and 4 attempts. One and 2 here as that one lands in the middle. Strike 2. I think Shimoleski just kind of taking his time in this at bat, trying to get Rafalski to throw him strikes, and he started to do that here. 1 and 2. Strike 3 is going to go down looking. Shimoleski felt that one was a little high. Couple boos around Dunn Field. 1 away, bases still loaded. That's going to bring up Eric Charnetsky. Got hit by a pitch and walked. Want to know, taken up high. And one thing I'll mention about Charnetsky, he knows how to work those good counts. He's gotten 2 free bases today. To quote Billy Bean, he gets on base. One and 1 taken inside. One and 2. So Rafalski fighting back here against Charnetsky. This one popped up backward, so it stays 1 and 2. Now here's the 1 and 2 again. From Rafalski to Charnetsky. Outside, ball 2 now. That one fouled back, so it stays 2 and 2. Swing and a miss. He's going to go down swinging that time. 2 away for Evans. Grounded out last time he was up. He's 1 for 2. And I'll say, even though these last 2 at-bats did end in strikeouts for the Pios, You could argue that from a strategy standpoint, not absolutely terrible, as they continue to push the pitch count up for Rafalski. He's nearing 40 here. Fouled away, 0-1. That one's going to be grounded over to short. Throw to first. Made in time. That'll end the inning. It was actually a broken bat on the grounder, and that'll end the inning. 3 runners get aboard, but all of them will get stranded with no runs to come home. Elmira leads 8-5, entering the 6th inning right after this.
For more than a century, you've counted on Arnett Health. Counted on us to heal you, support you, encourage you, get you back on your feet. And for more than a century, Arnett has counted on you too. You're our community, our purpose, our passion. You're the reason we do what we do. Because giving our patients the best of ourselves is just who we are. Looking forward while embracing our legacy. Staying on the cutting edge while staying connected to our patients. Focusing on state-of-the-art procedures and the most effective care. At Arnett, we're nurses, doctors, and teams of other caregivers inspired by healing. We know your physical, emotional, and spiritual health are each part of the whole of you. To continue a tradition of medicine driven by compassion, teaching, and healing. That's why we're here. It's who we are. It's what we do.
Hunter Kendall back on the mound, ready to continue his start. He came on in the 5th inning and had a very good inning. 2 strikeouts and a flyout. Bigham, Doral, and Lane, the 3 due up this time. Inside, close, ball 1. Also close, ball 2. By the way, Auburn has retaken the lead at Falcon Park. They lead 9-7. Now it's 2-1 as this one called strike 1. Geneva's playoff hopes rest in the balance of one of the 2 teams here losing, Auburn or Elmira. They're leading 9-5, doing what they want to do. This one lined and caught by Aiden Blake. Wasn't an impossible grab, but definitely not as easy as Blake made it look. Great hop and great snag. One away. Apart from being great at the plate, Blake has also played very good defense at second base this season. Here comes Doral now with one away. Swing and a miss, strike one. The Pios had an electric third and fourth inning. And on the mound, they're going to be looking for another strong sixth inning. Kendall leading off here. Outside, ball one. Outside, ball two. Three and one. Doral leading in the count here against Kendall. He'll find the strike and get that foul tip. 3-2. Full count now with one away. Swing and a miss. He's going to get him that time. A third strikeout for Hunter Kendall and just his fifth batter. Two away now here in the top of the sixth. Lane up. One at 2-0 here. This one just goes a little bit low. That one's going to be grounded over to short. The throw is in time, and it's another 1-2-3 inning for Hunter Kendall. Doing great work out there with a strikeout and keeping things quiet. More Pios baseball right after this.
With Chemung Canal's mobile banking services, you can get back to doing what you love most faster. At Chemung Canal, you chart your course and we'll help you get there. Chemung Canal Trust Company, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Bottom of the 6th. Underway. Top of the order for the Pios, and Cooper Smith, he's going to be back up. 2 doubles today. A great night at the plate for him. He had a double in the first pitch he saw last time he was up. This time he's going to take it for a strike 1. You're not going to argue with City Hall and change that, but I think that legislation from the ump definitely was wrong there. It looked like it hit the dirt. 0-1. That time, ball 1. 9-6 Geneva lead. 9-7 Auburn lead. As results currently stand, the Pios would stay in 3rd place in the PGCBO West, while they and Auburn would clinch playoff spots. Geneva would do everything they could, but be eliminated should neither result change. The fight for 3rd would go down to tomorrow in Batavia, as the Pios play the final game of the PGCBL regular season. Smith takes this one high 3-1, so after that tough strike 1 call, he's worked his way back into a very advantageous count. Rafalski probably get over 50 pitches this inning. He's done a good job coming in relief. Strike 2 now, taken. Full count for Cooper Smith. And ball 4. Cooper Smith is able to get on base to start the inning. That'll bring up Joel Sofsky. The runner on and no one out. Tonight Osofsky's got a single and 2 outs. He's 1 for 3. Pios is a team this season hitting .263, a .540 ERA. Jamestown a .253 average and a .533 ERA. So pretty evenly matched for the most part. Pickoff attempt, Cooper Smith back safely. Already 2 hours and just about 15 minutes here. So pretty lengthy game for the first 2/3. And depends how long the rest of the game will go. Strike 1 taken. Little low, but I think just in the zone. Smith safe again on the extra pickoff attempt. That one's going to be grounded up the middle. They'll get the force out with Smith. And the double play also will be made at first. 2 away. That'll bring up Bobby Marsh with the bases empty and 2 outs. First pitch to Bobby Marsh, taken for strike 1. Falsky's done a good job of getting ahead with first pitch strikes here. Strike 2 taken. A little bit inside, but just over the plate, so strike 2 there. Marsh hits one hard to second, but that will end the inning. Pios go down in order after a double play. We'll be back in the top of the 7th right after this.
Hi, I'm Bill Mullaney, president of SUNY Corning Community College. I'm here today to let you know the classes and the quality of education that you've expected of us are ready to be delivered. Whether you're interested in transferring to a four-year university or joining the workforce directly, Corning Community College has the program for you. We're here to provide the best possible education that we can, no matter what your aspirations. We hope that as you begin to weigh your options for the fall semester, you'll think first of Corning Community College. We're here for you, closer to home.
Campus leads off top of the 7th. Kendall continues his outing here. He's had 2 1-2-3 innings in a row. Campus 0 for 2 today. Takes strike one a little inside. And now actually we'll notice, I think, these previous innings, the strike zone could be expanding a little for both teams. Pitcher's getting a little more leeway so far. Good framing attempt, but that time it is ball one. The games are still going on over in Geneva and in Auburn. Over at Watertown's Alex T. Duffy Fairgrounds Stadium, it's currently 9-6, and at Falcon Park in Auburn, 9-7. Auburn and Geneva both lead all the playoff contenders, currently winning their games. The only playoff team not winning right now, Batavia, as they might be wrapping up a 6-3 defeat to the Niagara Power. 2-1 here now for Campus. By the way, it's actually 6-4 now with 2 away. 2-2 count here, as this one's taken for strike 2. Kendall finds strike 3 in the zone. That's strikeout number 4 from the bullpen. This is exactly what Hunter Kendall needed. After he had an outing that wasn't exactly perfect the last time out, he's come on and has been lights out, white hot. Just like the Pios as a team, and trying to keep this lead for Elmira as we get to the later parts of the game. Sees him stretching over in the Pio bullpen. I assume that they'll probably give a green light through the 7th inning for Kendall and see how he feels for 8 and 9. Ooh, that one inside. And that's a very aggressive warning from the umpires. That one chokes up pretty inside. In fact, it will be a hit by pitch, actually, so not ball one. It's going to be a base runner, I believe. Seen quite a few hit by pitches tonight. By the way, that's the first base runner we'll see for Kendall, as that brings up Davis. Might have jammed Davis' finger. Hopefully he's doing A-OK. Or, sorry, King's finger as Davis step up here. Got a little ahead of myself there. One away, one on. Ball one taken. One 0 here. Ball two. Just a little low that time. Strike one taken. Again, more heat there on that corner. This one fouled away 2-2 here. Davis 0 for 1 today with a walk. Make it 0 for 2 as he goes in the dirt that time. Another strikeout for Hunter Kendall. That's going to bring up Nate Johnson with 2 away and a man on. But unbelievable stuff tonight from Kendall, who is lights out. Johnson struck out looking and flew out in his first 2 at-bats. Want to know? That one's fouled away. It's 1-1. Strike 2. Down to their last strike this inning. Kendall could potentially strike out the side. That one's going to be grounded over to Aiden Blake. And that'll end the inning. One runner stranded. The first one allowed by Hunter Kendall as we enter the bottom of the 7th. And we will, before we go to commercial, we'll do the 7th inning stretch. That's the oh, a little too loud. I apologize. That's the 7th inning stretch. Niagara has actually defeated Batavia as that game is finished up. It is currently 9-8 after a home run from Watertown. They are showing some signs of life to finish off the season, looking to play spoiler for the Red Wings. While there's no serious changes over in Auburn, it's currently the top of the 9th. In fact, actually, the game, I believe, has finished in Auburn. It indeed has. Auburn has clinched a spot in the PGCBL postseason and has won 9-7. Geneva currently leading 9-8 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. Leading off now for the Pios, however, in our game, where we control our destiny, Frank Wayman. That one's high, ball 1. So Auburn dodge a bullet at their home park and make it. That one's going to be grounded. And Wayman. And they're going to rule him out as he has a collision there with Rafalski. The two shake hands, though. It's all good. So no real bad blood between the teams, which is a good sign after 5 hit by pitches in total not tonight. Tough play at first. Wayman out by a step. That'll bring up Aiden Blake tonight. Or Aiden Blake. He's gone on base 3 times, but hasn't had an actual at-bat. They've all been free bases with walks or hit by pitches. Inside, ball 1. Strike 2. Well, 1 right here. I apologize. That one fouled. It's now 1-2 with 1 away for Aiden Blake. Rafalski, 57 pitches. He's done a good job through 3 2/3. Here's number 38. This one sent right field and caught 2 away. That brings up Max Mandler. He's 1 for 2 with a hit by pitch. Strike 1 taken. One and one now. Smandler fighting in the count here. Outside, ball 2. Strike 2. Down to the final strike this inning. Pios haven't had a 1-2-3 inning since the first, if you count for no base runners. And they're going to get him there. You say that Mandler went. He wants to talk about that, as I thought he may have checked up. That was a very close call. Mandler definitely a little disappointed there. And that'll end the bottom of the 7th inning. Both pitchers able to get a strikeout this time. And a 1-2-3 inning will bring us to the top of the 8th right after this.
For more than a century,
Oh, shoot.
For more than a century, you've counted on Arnett Health. Counted on us to heal you, support you, encourage you, get you back on your feet. And for more than a century, Arnett has counted on you too. You're our community, our purpose, our passion. You're the reason we do what we do. Because giving our patients the best of ourselves is just who we are. Looking forward while embracing our legacy. Staying on the cutting edge while staying connected to our patients. Focusing on state-of-the-art procedures and the most effective care. At Arnett, we're nurses, doctors, and teams of other caregivers inspired by healing. We know your physical, emotional, and spiritual health are each part of the whole of you. To continue a tradition of medicine driven by compassion, teaching, and healing. That's why we're here. It's who we are. It's what we do.
Top of the 8th underway. Kendall back. Hey, Cam. Good to see you here. Martinez leads off, followed by Tucker and Bay this time. 6 outs to go. For Jamestown's hitters here from the top of the 8th. Activity and stretching out, I think, was previously had in the Pio bullpen. But as long as Kendall's got the distance, he'll definitely be given a green light to go through the 8th and potentially 9th inning. We could take a look over really quickly at Kendall. And he's only at 41 pitches. As a starter, he's definitely able to go 60 plus. That one's popped up. Good effort by both Evans and Muzio, but that one just lands foul, 1-1. Again, we'll have to keep you posted with the Geneva-Watertown game as that one wraps up. Auburn has already won against Newark and clinched themselves another playoff spot. 3 of the 4 have been officially locked in. And the results of these 2 games can determine if the 4th one will be determined tonight or not. 1-1 here now to Martinez. Wonder if he's going to go for another bunt. This time swings and misses. 1-2. Sad to hear about Scotty. Hopefully he's doing okay in the hospital. Also knew the Geneva guy a little while back was in the hospital. I believe he had a bruised skull was a diagnosis, but he's doing relatively okay, I believe. Also 2-2 count now as this one's taken just high. Low, ball 3. Full count here. Kendall's done a great job of just throwing strikes and getting outs. The only runner he's allowed was a free base off a hit by pitch. Otherwise, he's had 5 strikeouts, and the rest of balls just in play, usually grounders. And Martinez now count full. He flew out in foul territory last time. This time he gets on with a walk. That'll bring up Tucker. 2 walks and a strikeout to his name today. Kendall doing well. He can fight right back here. Entering the bottom of the 9th in Watertown as well. Currently 9-8 there. Watertown have another shot For now, runner on first, one away. As this one's taken for strike one. Fouled away 0-2. I actually do apologize. There wasn't any outs yet because it's still Tucker at the plate. 0-2 here. That one sent foul, so stays 0-2. That one's going to be popped up under him. Aiden Blake. One away. Here's Bay at the plate here. And ball one taken. Here, taking a look, Cam, it still says that they're in the bottom of the ninth. But I'll just have to wait and see when point streak gets updated. 2-0 here. Strike one now to Bay. Fouled away 2-2. And yeah, by the way, the game in Geneva hasn't finished yet. It's still 9-8. I've got point streak. I'll keep everyone updated as well. Now 2-2 count here for Bay with Kendall still on the mound, still doing well. That one's going to be sent to short. It gets by Shimoleski, so 2-1 with one away. A well hit ball that time. Double play opportunity still open. That's the first hit Kendall's given up. Here comes Bingham. Today, he's 1 for 3 with a single. Strike one taken. One and one, just a little inside that time from Kendall. And did he go? They're going to say he checked up. I thought he went around. That might get a couple boos here for Dunfield. 2-1 count. And that will get more boos. No one warming up yet. Actually, there is someone now warming for the Pios. They need to pull Kendall. That could be understandable, but Kendall's done a great job, and I think he's got enough gas for this final inning before taking a well-earned rest. 2-1 here. That one's fouled away. 2-2. For Bigham. Runner goes. Throw to third, and even though that will likely be strike three, and get the second out of the inning, both runners are able to advance to second and third. So the double steal works. Throw just not in time. So there we go. 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. And that's now going to bring up Dorrell. And there obviously, when it comes to that pitch, it was a ball, but he went. That's what the umpire said. That one's going to be grounded and foul. Oh, good grab over at third base. Now the third base coach. 0-1. That'll make Kendall's life a lot easier having 2 outs on the board here. And hold on. I've got no idea whether the scoreboard is wrong or not. I could have sworn he said strike 3. That one's going to be lined and through for a base hit. 2 runs will score on the play. Bounces off of Mandler's glove, but it will keep the runner at first. It's now an 8-7 ball game. And is it Dorrell now coming up? I'm not sure at all. Because again, yeah, I think it now is. It may be Dorrell. Either way, that is Kendall's day done. I'll be right back. I'll let you know when I have the update. 7-8 or 8-7 is the score though. All right, so we've got word that apparently that wasn't strike 3. For some reason, he overturned a call. So it's 1 out, runner on first, an 8-7 ball game after that 2 RBI single. By the way, 2 outs over in Watertown. Geneva 1 out away from winning. And actually, Kendall standing on the mound. It actually isn't his day done. We saw Just Drung going out for the meeting. Here's Dorrell at the plate, who had a strikeout in his last at-bat. That one gets away, and the runner gets to second. One and 0. That one's inside, ball 2. And by the way, absolute shocking scenes over in Watertown. It is now 9-all with 2 away. I assume. From what it looks like. As now it's a 3-0 count here from Kendall. Watertown and Geneva are tied, 2 outs and a runner in scoring position. That game could be going to extras. Kendall now 3-0 to Dorrell, and I wonder if maybe it's just fatigue becoming a factor here. Yeah, it might be. Ball 4, 2 on, 1 away. And that's going to bring up Lane. 8-7 here with 2 runners on and just 1 away. That one fouled away, 0-1. Wonder if anyone over by the bench had to get out of the way there. That one fouled away, 0-2. Kendall fighting back here in this tough spot. Oh, and 2. Pickoff attempt and runner back safe. He did do the motion, so there's no balk. Swing and a miss, and Kendall still a bit left in the tank. Similar spot that Jarek Potus was in before. Running low on energy. A big strikeout with a runner in scoring position. Campus up. He's 0 for 3 today. Kendall needs 1 more out to complete what would be an incredible outing. I don't think that they'd go to him for the 9th inning. But Kendall can do a good job and just keep the Pios up here inside, ball 1. One to 0. That one low, ball 2. And they don't get the out at first. Breaking news over in Watertown. It's a 10-9 victory for the Rapids, the Elmira Pioneers. As there's a 2-1 count for Campus. This game won't matter in Dunfield. The Pios have just got a spot in the PGCBL postseason with Watertown's victory over the Red Wings. 2-2 here, and 1 more strike away for Kendall. He not only could help the Pios get out of the inning, but the Pios will eventually learn the news from Watertown. Time called here. Outside, 3-2. Kendall needs 1 more strike. Dunfield getting excited. You know what? With a 3-2 count, let's crank it up. Foul ball, we go again. Kendall steps off again. The runner's likely looking to go on this pitch. Strike 3. Kendall has done it again. The Pios lead, and Dunfield gets the word. And we can pull this up as we are entering the inning break. The Pioneers are playoff bound, and we will see you on the 31st, either in Batavia or Utica, for playoff Pio baseball. A walk-off error in Watertown means that Geneva's loss is a win for the Pios. Regardless of the result in Jamestown, we will be playing in the first round of the West Division playoff, a one-game series. What will be up for grab now, a win keeps us in the current 3 seed, which we'll then need to win in Batavia to secure. A loss here means that we will be the 4th seed and face Batavia on the 31st after playing them as well on the 30th. But that's huge news for the Pioneers and comes at the perfect time at Dunfield. The pressure lifted somewhat. Disappointing end for Geneva's season. But from 0-5 to the postseason, the Pios will be playing some August baseball. Hopefully if they went on July 31st, one day before. Muzio leads off here in the bottom of the 8th. Remember, Pioneers still want to win this game. It'll get them one spot closer to the 3 seed. Because a win or tie, I believe, and then in Batavia, would be enough to send the Pios to the 3 seed. Which, as we mentioned before, the Pios have done better when facing off against Utica than Batavia. 0-1. Swing and miss, 0-2 here for Muzio. And remember, Pios still lead by 1 after that 2-run inning. That one's inside, ball 1. Two and 2. Muzio working his way back into the count. Tonight, he's got a ground out, a grounder with an RBI, and a walk. 0 for 2. Checks up, 3 and 2. Ball 4, Muzio will lead off with a walk. That'll bring up Kyle Shimoleski with a runner on first. That one inside for ball 1. The pickoff attempt, Muzio back safe. So I think they were looking just to advance Muzio that time. Not a surprise. See if they want to get Charnetsky up there. Try to have him drive Muzio home. Muzio safe again. Muzio goes. The bunt is perfect. Muzio gets the second on the sack. Charnetsky up now. And he's got someone in scoring position. Just how Drum drew it up. Oh, and 1. That one fouled away, 0-2 with 1 away. One and 2 up, just a little up high. Ooh, that one a bit inside. 2-2 now. And ball 4. Charnetsky gets aboard with 1 away. That brings up Bryce Evans. 2 on here, 1 away. Pios would really love to just bring 1 more run home, help that buffer. They're playing for 3rd now. The postseason has been guaranteed thanks to the Geneva result. Again, tough loss for our friends over down in Geneva. They've had a great year. As well for my friend Gage, who I was able to do commentary with last night. I hope he's able to get some well-deserved rest in the offseason. He's been working incredibly hard, not just as a commentator for the team, but getting walk-up songs, everything when it comes to the broadcast, concessions, really almost as a GM for the entire team. So I know he'll be getting a very well-deserved break before resuming college studies this fall. Here's the 1-0. And bases are loaded. Hit by pitch for Evans. And that's going to bring up Cooper Smith with the bases loaded. Cooper Smith, 2 for 3 with a walk today. Cooper Smith this week hitting .368, doing pretty well so far. And tonight, continuing that positive trend. Infield playing fully in, looking to try to get a double play or something out at the plate at least. Strike 1 taken. 1-1 here, taken high. Fouled away, 1-2. One, two for Smith. Smith sends that one to center field. Caught by Martinez. And it is now a 9-7 ball game on the sacrifice fly. Runners stay at first and second. 2 away. 9-7 lead. That's going to bring up Joe Olsavsky again. Someone else warming up in the bullpen. Very well could be Kreiner or Nelson, ready to make a debut. Ball went outside. Now the question will be for Drum. Does he still go with a very competitive lineup tomorrow in Batavia? Try to push for the 3 seed, or use it as a rest day? I have a feeling he'll probably be competitive, so no reason not to. By the way, MLB news from Jeff Passan. Olsavsky is going to send that one to the outfield. Will it get down in the gap? The catch is made. That'll end the inning. Base is left stranded, or 2 runners left on. Surprisingly, actually, 1 run coming home on no hits. And Luis Castillo is going to be likely a Seattle Mariner, as reported by Jeff Passan. Fun little MLB news there, as we get ready for Last Chance Saloon. Mason Smith enters the game as we enter Last Chance Saloon. It'll be the last chance for Jamestown to try to take a win to finish the season off against the Pioneers. Pios have one more game tomorrow and another one on the 31st as they've clinched their postseason bid. But they want to fight for a 3 seed, and it will be Mason Smith who's going to be tasked with that job. In 18 innings and 10 games pitched, or 9 games pitched, he's had 11 strikeouts to 14 walks, but crucially, he's done well with a 4.0 ERA and also wrapped up 2 saves. He's going to be looking for number 3 here against Jamestown. The 3 due up will be King, Davis, and Johnson. King back at the plate. Today, he's been 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch. Jordan King, the right fielder, be the first opponent. Ball hot, 1 up high. Two and 0. Three and 0 here from Smith. Slow start to his new at bat. Three and 1. Smith finds his zone. Smith just needs 3 outs and to not surrender 2 here. And the Pios will be 1 step closer to securing the 3 seed. 3-2. He's found 2 strikes there, and Dunfield getting excited. Ball 4. So the battle ends with that one just a little up high. Runner on first. Runner on, no one out. Here comes Davis. Outside, ball 1. Good frame there from Evans, 1 and 1. Two and 1, just a tad bit outside. That one's going to be grounded on a broken bat play. Muzio takes the 1 out at first. The throw in time. The ties have gone to the fielders every time tonight. And that trend continues here. Runner gets to second for Nate Johnson with 1 away. Johnson takes the first pitch foul, 0-1. Again, just a reminder, tomorrow we're in Batavia to end the regular season, and that'll help determine whether we play in Batavia on the 31st or in Utica on the 31st. The results in Batavia will mean we're either a half game up or a half game back to Auburn for third, if this result stands. This one inside, 1 and 1. 1-2 now. One and two. Fouled away. That one's going to be sent to center field. Mandler makes the catch. 2 away. Pios 1 out away here. Martinez comes up. The Jamestown down to their final out. Want to know here. Hernandez has a hit today, but it came off a bunt. That's probably not a smart idea here with 2 away. He's also had a walk and 2 foul outs. 1 for 3. 2-0. Three and 0 here. Being careful around Martinez. He's got Tucker up on deck, who is a slightly weaker hitter. And I believe it might be Nelson or someone else warming up now in the Pios bullpen just in case. But first, of course, Smith just got to get right back into this count here against Martinez. Strike 1 taken. That's liked by Dunfield, 3-1. Ball 4. 2-1 now with Tucker at the plate. That runner at first is a potential tying run, by the way. But 1 out to go means 1 good play, and the Pios will win it. Oh and 1, 2 strikes away here. One and 1 up high. Takes time really quickly here in this 1-1 count. One and one. Here's Smith now. Swing and a miss. Down to their last strike. And you know what? Let's crank it up here with 2 strikes, 2 away. And with that, the Pioneers win again at Dunn Field. This was a tough one. Down 5-0, and they've come back to win 9-7. Mason Smith gets save number 3 after a successful inning. It's going to be Kevin Serrano, who ultimately gains the win. And DeMarco with the loss. Rafalski did a great job for Jamestown going the rest of the distance. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. I'm Taylor Storthy, and we will catch you tomorrow night when the Pios play Batavia to end their regular season before beginning their playoff push. Congratulations on a great season to Jamestown as it ends tonight. Final line score 7 runs and 7 hits and no errors. Pios 9 runs, 6 hits, and 1 error. Playoff bound is the key word for the Pios. And as a few of the Jamestown players actually say goodbye to Stitches, we will see you next time live on the Pioneers YouTube channel with more Pioneer Baseball.